Hello, chicka boom boom, or whatever my wife told me I have to say. I can't
Chicka
my
boom
English.
bang.
So sound check. We did. You see, I put that whole we have Clarence right into the intro now. So we are high tech.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening, everyone. Welcome to Bleacher Brothers Sports Network midweek sports update. I am broadcasting live from Florida for the final time in BBSN Studio One. That's why the walls are bare. It looks like we're getting kicked out of this place, but the brand new studio will be up and ready next week. So I'm super pumped to get in the new studio. Have everybody check it out. So
What's going on, everyone out there?
say hello to Nick the Flick. Nick the
That's
Flick.
right, baby.
We got the Dunkin Dad.
What's going on, folks? How you doing?
Cool. So what I'm going to do, guys, is as always, I'm going to start out with our main sponsor. So I'm going to I got a special guest tonight coming in for our main sponsor. So let me click him over. Digital Lux 22 has been a sponsor with Bleacher Brothers Sports Network since day one. Digital Lux 22. You guys got to excuse me. I spent all day in bed. I'm borderline pneumonia, bronchitis, and half psycho. So 3/4 psycho.
Just like your flu game. We understand.
Just like, yeah, exactly. So anyway, Digital Lux 22, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, build a website, SEO, get you ranked, get your phone ringing. And what's really cool tonight is that Digital Lux was able to give us a live testimonial from Jason Leadingham. So Jason, welcome to the show. And we got no sound out of you. No sound. You're in a professional
He's
studio,
in a professional sound booth and everything, baby.
and we can't hear him. Wow. All right. Will you figure that out? We're getting nothing out of you.
How about now?
Yeah, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Screen. You got to get that. That screen's supposed to have holes in it right there. Be in front of. You got to get rid of that screen, man. That's what it is.
That keeps
So
all my spit off my very expensive microphone.
Yeah.
I've been through 5 microphones so far because I keep spitting on them and spilling stuff on them. But so Jason,
Yeah.
welcome. I know Jason. He's a friend of mine, and you used so this from the way I understand this, you got into voiceover work about 2 years ago.
Yeah, about 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Okay, and you made the jump from acting, right? You were acting in commercials and.
Right.
Okay, you had a big part on Baywatch. Wasn't there a part on Baywatch? You ran on the beach.
Yeah, it's one of the female bodyguards.
There you
No
go.
snap.
No.
But anyway, you get into voiceover work, and you hooked up with Digital Lux 22 somehow when you were starting out to help you in
Yeah,
some way.
I was very LinkedIn inadequate. I don't remember, maybe 25 people on there. Called them and said, "Help me," because I was starting my new business. And right now, 2 years into it, 2.5 years, I've got over 3,100 members, and I wouldn't have any of that without Digital Lux 22. So, all props to them.
Did it help you business wise to start making connections to land gigs?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, all my initial gigs were self-marketed, and most of them from LinkedIn. So I wouldn't be in my career where I'm at right now without them and without the Lux 22. So
wow, that's awesome. So how's it going now as a voiceover artist? Because we're all aspiring right here to do something. Right now, we just get on the air and clown around every Wednesday night. And hope that 4 people tune in, but right now we got 4. So is this a new record? Adding Jason makes it 4. How's it going with your voiceover? What type of stuff have you been able to land?
Yeah, my bread and butter has been like sarcastic commercials on Spotify. Imagine that, sarcastic comments. And that's been my bread and butter. So I've had some pretty big name brands. And I actually recently just got my Screen Actors Guild card last week. So I've had 2 national spots. So that's a big deal for actors. So,
hey.
Yeah, I'm unionized. So I'm going to charge you guys now. Sorry, it's the other way around. I'm not.
Oh snap!
I have a break here. I got a break here in about 1 minute. I got a break. Mandatory.
Yeah.
Talk to my agent.
Yeah.
Cut them off now. It's half price.
But it's going good. I've done a few video games. I've had a chance of actually jump to casting a few video games, which has been fun. Able to employ some of my friends and VO peers to do that, which has been amazing. And I've done some work, commercial spots for regionals and national stuff all over the place. So very, very blessed, very fortunate.
That's awesome. And you also, either by yourself or with some collaboration, started, produced, created, wrote, and started a podcast that's out there now, correctly?
Yes, that's my
Correct,
my
correct.
baby and I'm most proud of. It's called the Dadbod of Destiny. There's my T-shirt. You can really see it. Reggie's got it on.
Oh, there it is.
Hey,
There it is.
product
Very
placement.
nice.
Yeah, so we have
Dadbod.
37 voice actors. Yeah, the Dadbod of Destiny. So it's about a doughy dad from
Oh,
South
Gonzo.
Dakota. Yeah,
Hey,
who gets into a magical world and has a lot of fun. So it's all about growth as a dad, as a father, as a husband, mostly failing and trying being out of shape dad to survive in a Lord of the Rings type atmosphere, and he doesn't do so well. And it's a comedy, action adventure, so you don't have to love Lord of the Rings nerdy stuff, but if you do, you're going to have double fun because it's a lot of references to anything Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, a kind of Family Guy, Monty Python, all those things had a baby equals the Dad Bod Pod.
Awesome.
So the
That's
second
cool,
breakfast is prevalent, right?
What's that?
I said, so the second breakfast is prevalent?
Yes, absolutely. Second breakfast, dinner, lunch, supper.
Okay.
That must be some nerdy stuff they're talking about, Nick, because I have no idea what that. I mean,
A little Lord of the Rings reference. Very good.
I heard a rumor though that there's a world famous podcaster who actually does a quick spot in one of your episodes.
Oh yes, his name is AJ Johnson. He's
Oh,
coming up. Yeah, he's coming up in. He had a page me on it, but
Hey!
whatever.
You got mail.
He's in episode 9. He is the guard to a town that is cursed with perpetual song. So not AJ's part, but everybody else has to sing their lyrics to the whole episode. That's coming up. We're on episode 5, drops at midnight tonight. And AJ, you're coming up in 4 more episodes, man.
And where can everybody find this?
Anywhere that you can find a podcast. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Pod, anywhere. Just look up either Dadbod of Destiny or Dadbod Pod. You can't miss
Awesome.
You heard it.
Cool. Anything else you got
You
going on
heard
that
it.
you want to plug real quick besides Dad Bod, Digital Lux? Here's a living testament of what Digital Lux can do. And anything else you got happening that you want to plug?
If anyone needs any voiceover work, I know a guy. It's JasonLeadingham.com.
There it is.
Cool.
There it is.
Thank you for dropping in. We'll all check out the podcast, and I will put all the info in the link when we repost this after the show.
Awesome. Be easy on the Bucks tonight, fellas.
The Bucks.
Later, Jason.
All right, sir.
Later,
right.
guys.
See you, buddy. Thanks.
See ya.
Later.
All right. There's my man.
All
Jason.
right.
He's a good dude. I know him personally, and a lot of crossover type stuff here. So
Nice.
So here we are, the 3 of us, and man, there's a lot going on, huh?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot going on out there.
Where do we
That's
start?
wild.
I mean,
Shoot. Let's
Yeah.
start with the disappointment, man.
what's the disappointment?
The New York Yankees.
The who?
But the New York Yankees are a disappointment.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard from them in a week or so.
Man, we talk about disappointment. Yeah, dude, disappointed. Guys can't hit the ball, come out like that. Just like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the Mets, and the Yankees fall into the same exact situation. It was horrible. You know what I found out up until today, yo? The Yankees and the Houston Astros, they've played 31 times. And in those 31 times, the Yanks have walked away 11 times with wins, and Houston has beat us 19 times, right?
Right.
But they got our number as far as I'm concerned, just like I thought from the beginning, you know what I mean? I had that bug in my stomach that they were the team. If it was any team that we weren't going to get past, it was them. But anyway, in those 31 games, the Yankees only scored 109 runs, where Houston has outscored us 122. So, I mean, but the games, to be honest, as far as hitting was our problem. You know what I mean? The pitching pretty much, it kept us in there. But out of all the, go ahead, buddy.
I haven't followed the Yankees very much this year, closely. I mean,
right.
When I watched some of these games, they didn't look like they belonged on the same field with
No.
you. I mean, to me,
Not at all.
Being objective, they're a mess.
They are a mess.
Absolute mess, in my opinion.
They are, dude. They are, dude. When you get into a situation in the games like that, the way that they were in, I mean, everything counts. Everything counts. And these guys could not hit the ball. You're talking about a team that had what most runs, most home runs. I mean, you got a guy who broke the home run record. You got all this action going on with them. And then to run into Houston, go in there, and we all know Houston's not no slouch team, but to go in there and not be able to hit the ball, it's ridiculous. I mean, the only dude that did anything on that Yankee squad, in my concern, everybody had their moments, but Bader was the guy. And Bader is somebody that they definitely better keep for next year. And I mean, I don't know, man. It was depressing. Just like I said about the Mets, now I'm in that situation myself. Wah wah, down, down,
Where is it?
down,
I got it.
dude.
I got it. Oh man, these stupid glasses, man. I hate these.
And Houston committed. The Yankees committed zero errors in all those games. Zero
Wow.
errors where Houston committed four errors in that whole entire series.
All
But
right, Nick. So let's do this then. Let's instead of having to listen to you whine and complain, let's do something to cheer you up here. All right, Nick.
yeah,
Here,
go ahead.
let's
Let's
cheer
do
you
it.
up. Let's talk about this.
Oh!
Keep it rolling.
Dude.
All right, that goes on way too long. But I mean, the Jets.
Hey, come on, man. This is the best fun we've had in like 10 years. Like 10 years, dude. Every year, we get that hype in the offseason. Oh, we got this guy, oh, big mega trade. And then we don't do jack. Nothing. We do nothing. So
So how
hey,
good
this
are
week,
they?
how good are they?
Yeah.
Even at me at this point, I don't know how good they are. I know right now they're riding on a high. The team right now is feeling excited because I believe they didn't even think they were going to be playing the way that they're playing. And now that things are kicking into gear the way that they are, they're gaining more and more confidence every week. I still think that Zach is not the answer, but like I said, at times he shows himself, he proves himself, and keeps me on the fence whether he's good or he's bad. You know what I mean? But big bad hurt this week with Bryce Hall being torn out with a torn ACL. You got Barrett Tucker. Yeah, Barrett Tucker. He ripped his the tricep muscles in his chest, so he's gone, which is a big, big, big guy on the offensive line that we needed. So I mean, man, I could go on and on about the Jets, but hey, man, it's the best fun that we've had in, like I said, like 10 years, dude, where we consecutively won 4 in a row. So, hey, I even went and got a new hat.
Ooh,
Hey,
fresh drip.
Woo! Yeah,
Fresh
that's
drip.
it, baby.
there's excitement going on in your world.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback on what Ron was saying about the Jets, or excuse me, Ron, what Nick was saying about the Jets. Ron's in the chat blowing it up. The Jets, what they are, they're not a guaranteed loss anymore, right?
That's a good way.
And,
to put it.
I don't think so.
it's not a guaranteed win or a 75, 80% win for a visiting
Whoa,
team.
hold on. Let me stop you for 1 second.
Mhm.
The Jets were guaranteed win the last 2 weeks in a row, and
Why
I
is
only
that?
know one guy that gave it to the world 2 weeks in a row.
AJ did.
I said,
AJ
"Wow,
did.
Jets."
You did say
AJ
lock 2
called it.
weeks in a row.
I'm the Floyd
You are
Mayweather
right.
of NFL locks. I'm undefeated and undisputed. Go ahead, Duncan.
You should retire then at this point. You should retire at this point.
I'm
Go out on top.
No, Floyd was
Walk
49.
away a champ.
Walk away champ. And speaking of walk
Yeah.
away champ, and I think it'll lead into your next conversation about Green Bay and Tampa Bay. But the Jets right now, they're in the playoffs, right? The season stops today. The Jets make the playoffs. And I think it hasn't been since really, Rex Ryan was there. Putting together those defenses with Revis Island and all that. But,
Absolutely.
it retooled, right? And usually it takes a year or so to kind of get everybody on the same page. And I think that just really speaks to Saleh as well as the head coach.
JD's a big reason also.
Joe Douglas. I mean, he's like a mini Howie in the sense that he knows the moves to make, knows how to manipulate contracts, knows how to manipulate picks. And that sort of stuff, as we see more and more going forward, really go into building these teams. Case in point, look at the New York Yankees. Brian Cashman is spinning right now. Spinning. He's got money extended on Cole. He's got money extended on Stanton. He's staring at Aaron Judge, who he has to re-sign. He has to re-sign.
He does. Yes,
so he's basically, it's like, here's a blank check. Take what you want. Because if not, the fan base that's already disappointed, already down, they will just implode. They're still going to show up. They're Yankee fans, but
of course,
it would be a
but
very,
the ones,
very
the average Yankee fan that may have gotten turned on this season because of the excitement, you don't sign Judge, you're gonna lose those fans. Right. You have to sign this dude. You know what I mean? Even though he is gonna suck up a lot of money.
Yeah, and since you have no control over him contractually wise, aside from just signing him, you can't leverage him against anyone else for draft picks, for other players to be named, like none of that stuff. So they're in a hard spot.
Bad move. Judge will not hit 62 home runs in the next 3 seasons combined because he's going to get his money and then he's going to be hurt. And that's it.
That's how normally they all do.
Money, let the fans cry, moan, complain, and then go out and spend that money wisely. Let's not even go into what we were going to go into with the Bays right now. We'll kind of come back to that later on, but let's talk about some exciting news. And I'm going to click on our first guest here, and I'm going to play this this video and bring our first guest on here. Where he's not. I got to ask him. Hey, Chris, hit that knock button, Chris, so I can bring you on, please. There's some exciting stuff going on in Philadelphia right now.
Really, did not see this coming. I am proud to admit my fault, and I will continue to stay on that track because I feel partially responsible for what's happening. So I will not waver.
In response to that, there was someone that picked the Phillies to end up in the World Series. There was one person that picked the Phillies to end up in the World Series.
And he's in the, oh, snap, there he is.
Hey,
what's going on? What's going on there, guy?
Welcome aboard. This is Chris from Drunk Phils Fans. This is our first face-to-face, but I've been following Chris for a while now, and his content is awesome. It's hysterical. It's on point. And Chris, something that you should know is a few weeks ago, right before the playoffs started, we all went through and made our picks. Mm-hmm. One guy on the show had the Phillies going all the way. Right here.
EJ. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. If you need any NFL picks, I am undefeated 5-0 in my NFL lock of the week. If I don't give one, that means I don't have one.
But the day you put money in, you're going to lose.
Exactly.
The day you decide to listen to him, you'll lose.
So hey, Chris, before I start talking, let me show this because this is epic, and I cannot see this enough times. So,
hits one in the air, left center field, back it goes. The swing is
Dude, what a feeling that must be, dude.
It was amazing, and each time I see it, I'm still getting goosebumps and smiling. It was just unbelievable.
Just being on that level, it's got to be amazing.
Come on, I've heard it with the Titanic music overgoing it. I think someone put the natural, when Roy Hobbs hits the home run that breaks the lights. It just they're all awesome.
They're all awesome.
It doesn't get old.
Somehow in your gut, when he was coming up there, when JT leads off with a single, was there anything that said inside of you, watch him?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is Bob Melvin doing right now? Leaving a goddamn right-hander in and not bringing Hader in. I was like, I turned to my friends. I was like, what is he doing? And not A, walking him, or B, bringing in Hader. It was nuts. Melvin, that is one of the biggest bonehead manager moves I've ever seen. And we're in Philly, so we've seen tons of them, right? That's just unbelievable.
I'm right on point with Chris there. When he left Suarez out there, I was thinking to myself, he's got Hader. He only needs a handful of outs. Harper's tearing the cover off the ball. It's already starting to feel that little bit of juice. Just make the move to Hader, get out of the inning. You're all done. Go back to San Diego. And then I looked over at my friend too, and he's like, dude, watch. He's going to catch one. He's going to catch one. I'm like, shut up. He's not going to catch one. He's not. So I take out the phone and I start doing the WhatsApp video and watching it in live time. And I was like, oh my God, this happened. And I think it's been the most unexpected joy, excitement with this team. And we were going back and forth all year with like the comments with Girardi, like, oh my God, we got to get rid of this guy. How many leadoff doubles are we going to have where we can't score? How many guys in scoring position are we going to leave on base? And then we would win a couple games and we're right back to it, win a couple games. And like this ebb and flow of this whole season has just been like every bit of Philly relationship with your team balled up into one.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable when you think about you hear the terms destiny and things like that with this team, and maybe it's true, but the adversity that this team has had, a manager change, Bryce with the UCL, Bryce with the, his out with his thumb.
The wrist. Yep.
The ability to have the DH, like Bryce Harper would not be playing if we did not have the DH. So like that's another piece that's like kind of all coming together for this slipper to possibly fit. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll see. The couple of the interesting things like Astros going in undefeated, like that's happened before, right? We know this has happened before. The 90, the 88 A's, the 07 Rockies, and the 14 Royals all went undefeated all the way through and lost in the World Series. So why not us? Why not again?
Why not us? Exactly.
Why not?
Here's the key, I think. The Phillies have to win the first game. If the Phillies win the first game, they win the World Series. Even if it goes 7. If they win the first game, they win. If they lose the first game, it's going to be tough.
I think it's a smart move that they're pitching Nola the first game because that guarantees Nola another home game. Nola is a way better pitcher at home, where Wheeler is about the same on the road or at home. So he'll pitch, game 2 and game 6, which is, if it gets to 6, it would be away, right? So I think that was another smart move. It gave Wheeler an extra couple days of rest. I don't know if he's hurt because he did get hit on the leg, from that one through the middle. So I guess he's okay. We're not going to hear anything. So I just think that was a smart move. I wasn't sure at first, but I think I like that. Nolan Wheeler, I'd probably rather have Wheeler if I had my druthers, right? Because he's just pitched better. But Nola just pitched against the Astros recently there and did well. So let's see.
You have a perfect game, no hitter going through 7th inning, 7 innings, right? Yeah. So Chris, I gotta ask you about this because you're there, you're in Philly, and I saw this happen. Philly's so excited. They celebrated in the streets when we clinched the wild card. They celebrated in the streets when we beat the Cardinals. They celebrated obviously a few days ago. I've seen them celebrate when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But what is up with this?
And already the city of Philadelphia is anticipating big crowds on city streets tomorrow night if there is
greasing
a
up the
win.
pole?
That would be a clinch. Workers seen putting grease. It was Crisco when the Eagles won that Super Bowl on the light poles to keep fans off of them. It didn't exactly work.
Now this doesn't work because I saw fans climbing the light poles.
They're doing it. It's a rite of passage. Someone has to do it. There's, someone's dad went and climbed the light poles in 80, and now, someone's kid climbed in 08, and now
my dad did it.
Now. Yeah, they have to.
I gotta keep the tradition.
About this year is that in 08, people were climbing the light poles and people were throwing bottles and stuff at them. It was all love this year. There was no problems. It was just like a different feeling, and I'm thankful because we have a bad enough rep as it is, so I didn't want any problems. But grease the poles. It doesn't matter. People are like, I'll get that new shirt. I don't care. Like I got a little grease on me. Whatever.
Exactly.
I believe they don't lose and they light a match to the pole.
Burn it to the ground, baby.
Tell us about drunk Phil fans, because me and you talked about this a little bit yesterday, but then I spent a little bit more time on your Instagram, and everybody who meets you at the stadium apparently wants to take a picture with you. You're definitely a celebrity.
Yeah, it's been interesting because I didn't expect that, and I'm thankful that people want to do that. It's weird to me that but I love it. I think that I let people in on my personal life a little bit, so they feel like they know me because I'm telling the truth on there, and just opening up, and all of our posts are heartfelt. And it's not a rah-rah pro Phillies. When they're doing bad, we're going to say way worse things than anybody else is going to say. Trust me. And what I find, or what I hear the most out of people is, I said that, and then I go on your page, and don't you know it, but you posted the same thing. Like, I was feeling that. I said that out loud. My dad said it. Someone at the bar said it. So I think that part of it is cool. And I think that what kind of makes it special is that
That's
connection.
awesome.
What, where can people find you? I mean, I know, but you sell merch, and you got some great stuff. I think it's hysterical. I think it's killer. So tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook. There's a group and a page. The page is where it's happening. So it's Drunk Phils Fans, Facebook.com/Drunk Phils Fans, Twitter @Drunk Phils Fans, Instagram @Drunk Phils Fans, TikTok, which we're trying to get into a little bit, @Drunk Phil Fans as well. We're selling the merch, and our partner is Philly Sports Shirts. So they were recently featured in the Philly Inquirer. So I'm kind of like, this is one of the logos that we do the logos ourselves in-house, but someone else, prints the shirts. So it's like direct to garment. The other thing that we have that AJ, you and I didn't talk about is we released 2 beers. And we now have our second beer out. So hopefully you can see this. We
700 level.
Yeah. So we have
baby.
The epitome of a 700 level fan, who's actually the artist Colin.
Nice.
We have one of the beer vendors, and in the background it might be tough to see, but it's the vet. So it's
Nice.
the old vet, and 700
Dude, that's
level
awesome,
is
dude.
where the rowdies were at.
That's super cool.
And
Where
the
can we
brewery
get
is
that?
Von C. So the brewery, it's Von C. It's in Norristown, PA, and it's also being sold at Jersey's, which is a bar and pizza restaurant in Glenside. Von C is the, I guess, the great-great-grandchildren, I might have one great wrong, of Schmidt's Brewery. Schmidt's was synonymous with, Philadelphia beer. Before kind of Yuengling was the Phillies beer, or Budweiser was, it was Schmidt's. So it just seemed like a likely connection to kind of hook up with them and do the 700 level lager, which is out now.
So
That's
PJ's,
awesome, bro.
PJ, I know that you watch these podcasts. PJ's from Dolan's, the most Delco bar in the Philly area. PJ needs to hook up with you guys and have
that would be awesome. That would be a great spot to have it at.
Knowing Lenny Dykstra pays off sometimes, because that's how I knew PJ, and now PJ is going to be hopefully ringing your bell. 2 final questions on the way out, and this seems like way too short of a segment. I could spend way more time than this with you, but unfortunately, we got to move on. Do the Phillies win the World Series?
It's Phillies in 6. I think we go win-loss, win-loss, win-win. So I that's the feeling that I have. I feel like the Phillies have lived and died by the home run, and the Astros are incredible at not giving up home runs. The best in the league by far, not giving up home runs. So we're going to have to overcome that, because the Phillies, if you've 10 home runs the last series, we have to have the home run. So if those power centers are working, and I think the Astros, they're going to have to get a left-hander out of the pen. They don't have anyone. It's all right-handers. So, shoot, you can throw maybe Hall gets on the team and he's a late game, does something dramatic. You got Schwarber as a lefty, and Harper, obviously, Stott, Maton. So let's say, but I Phillies in 6.
All right. And the next question, last question.
Mm-hmm.
When they do win in 6, will you climb a pole in celebration?
I mean, you gotta do something.
I'll do something. I don't think it's going to be climbing a pole. I think my pole climbing years are 20 years past, but I will watch someone else climb a pole and cheer them on and, have fun with it. But no pole climbing for me. This DPF's a little too old.
Well, go to the strip club and get on a pole.
That's it. That's a nice pole, right? You know what? Someone else can grease that pole and spin around.
Exactly. Free admission to cheerleaders with your ticket.
Oh, shit.
Chris, it's a pleasure. Hopefully we're going to have you back in a week or 2 after the Phillies wrap this whole thing up. And everyone go check out Drunk Phils Fans, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You gotta start selling that beer online. So we need some down here. I'm gonna.
I was about to say send the 6-pack of that 700 level.
I'll hook up with you on the phone tomorrow. If there's a way to send some of that down here, we'll work it out. All right.
Okay, cool. I appreciate meeting you guys. Thank you, AJ, Dunkin Dad, and Nick. Have a good rest of the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for jumping on, buddy.
All right. Talk to you again.
Go
Phillies, yo. Good luck to your Phillies, man.
Excellent. Right. He's a good guy. I've been following him for a while, and I was excited to get him on. Hey, quick. So Ted Brooks is coming up next. I got to read a quick one of our sponsors here, Pure Tech Air. All right, Pure Tech Air is a local company here in South Florida. All your AC and heating needs. No job is too big or too small for them, especially when it comes to keeping cool in Florida. It is 4 billion degrees in Florida. Hey, Ted, you got to knock, buddy, so I can get you on. Call Pure Tech Air. Their phone number is 561-806-9545. Service, sales, installation, ductwork, duct cleaning. They got the best customer service record in the industry in this area. All you got to do is hit Google and go type them in. You'll see that. 7 years in business. They're fully licensed. They're fully insured, unlike a lot of contractors down here in Florida that are way shady. Call today, 561-806-9545. Tell them that you heard the spot on Bleacher Brothers Sports Network, and they'll give you some sort of special discount, okay? So let's get in here real quick. Where are we? There he is. All right, so let's get Ted Brooks in, and we'll play Ted Brooks.
Ted Brooks with the picks.
And Ted's going to come in for a quick hit tonight with his NCAA. You know, I can't lie, though. I don't know how Ted's picks came out last week. I did not get a chance to look. There he is.
We lost last week, man.
Oh, you better hope Lenny's not watching, because Lenny was all hyped
I know. I was thinking that. I was like,
Lenny might have to sell them $1,000 teeth now that you showed us.
Introduction to Lenny Dykstra has given him a loser.
So all right. So you were undefeated going in to last week.
Going in, Kansas State had control of the game the whole first half. They came out the second half and they laid a big turd. It was just unraveled at the end of the game. And I actually watched the whole game, even though I work on Saturdays. I watched the majority of that game. And it's funny because I was going to text you at halftime and say something like we did it again, but I held off, and good thing I did.
Luckily you didn't.
Well, what do you got? Redeem yourself this week. Give us the Reader's Digest version. What do you got?
I was this close to doing K-State again, but I backed off of it. We're going with this Illinois Fighting Illini versus Nebraska Cornhuskers. Illinois is on a 5-game winning streak right now, and I'm a big Four Seasons fan, and their quarterback's named Tommy DeVito, so to me that's a really cool thing. No, and he's
not
a good
Tony
game.
No.
Tommy DeVito from the Four Seasons.
Oh, I thought you said Tony DeNono.
No. Tommy DeVito is a quarterback for Illinois. Also, he's got 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's a game controller. They have the 26th ranked rushing game in college football. Defensively, they're ranked 3rd in total yards allowed. They're ranked 7th in passing yards. They're ranked 7th in rushing yards. They're ranked 11th in sacks and 2nd in interceptions. 1st in team defense, allowing 8.9 points per game. Killer defense, solid offense. Nebraska, on the other hand, solid offense, but disgusting defense. I mean, their defense is just terrible. I don't even need to get into the numbers. It's not good. This is going to be the Illinois defense and the Illinois running game, which, like I said, is ranked 26th in the country, versus a Nebraska offense that's mediocre and a Nebraska defense that's weak. A couple against the spread trends. Illinois is 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 overall. They are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 on the road, so they can play while traveling. They're 5-2 against the spread against Nebraska in the last 7. And then Nebraska's 1-4 against the spread at home. Nebraska's a dumpster fire. They're a mess. They fired their head coach. They got a new one. They still can't get it on track. Going with Illinois by the line from 7.5 down to 7 or 6.5 to be safe, and Illinois giving the points -6.5 as the road favorite.
Awesome. Ted Brooks, Bleacher Brothers exclusive. One-time lock of the week. Now it's a possible maybe 50-50 after last week, but I got faith in you that we're going to pull it out.
It could be the beginning of the slump. Also, really just quick for anyone that is into sports betting, I recommend getting into betting hockey right now. It's the best time of the year. Teams that are minus 140, minus 150 right now, they'll be minus 200 in 3 months from now. So you could lay 150 to make 100 on a team that in the same matchup, everything being the same, you're going to have to lay 180, 190, 200. As the season goes on, the odds become a little tougher in hockey. So hop on it. But I'm sticking for your show. I'm sticking to my exclusive college football picks until the season's over.
All right. So let's schedule a little bit more time next week and maybe give us a hockey pick too.
Maybe I'll throw in a hockey. Yeah.
Awesome. Ted, real fast, just answer. Who's going to win a World Series? Phillies or the trash can banging, cheating?
Trash can bangers.
On paper,
just give me an answer.
On paper, the Astros, but there's something magical happening with the Phillies and Bryce Harper this year.
That's called Bryce Harper.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Ted, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Ted.
Take care, guys.
Take it easy, Ted.